Welcome to this video where we are required to expand the following expressions. So let's start with part A, alright? So for part A, right, we will have 4 times 7b plus 5c. So our approach would then be to expand out and simplify by multiplying the 4 to 7b. And that will give me 28b. 4 multiplied by 5c. That will give me 20c. And we are done. Let's look at part B then. Part B is interesting because the negative 3h, negative 4h multiplied by 2 is the same as writing the 2 in front and multiplying by negative 3g, negative 4h. They are equivalent forms. Okay, it's the same as 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. Yep. And so this one will give me 2 multiplied by negative 3g will give me negative 6g. And 2 multiplied by negative 4h will give me negative 8h. And we are done with this part B. Let's move on to part C then. And for part C, let's see. We would have negative 5 multiplied by negative 3p and positive 9q. And so this is negative 5 where we are going to multiply by negative 3p. Negative times negative will give me positive. So it will be positive 15p. Negative 5 multiplied by positive 9, negative 45q. Next, we would have for part D, the variable a multiplied by negative 5x, positive 3y, negative 8z. And it's the same, where the a will multiply by all, meaning this will give me negative 5ax. A times positive 3y, positive 3ay. A times negative 8z, negative 8az. Done. Part E, where we would have 4a minus 8b plus 12c multiplied by negative 5 over 2 is the same as negative 5 over 2 multiplying by 4a minus 8b plus 12c. And this will then give me negative 5 over 2 multiplied by 4a, negative 10a. And as I continue to multiply, negative 5 over 2 multiplied by negative 8b, positive 20b. Negative 5 over 2 multiplied by positive 12, negative 30c. And we are done with part E. And let's move on to part F, the last part. And for the last part, oops, f, we would then have 2 over 3 multiplied by 6a minus 18b minus 24c. Same thing, 2 over 3 multiplied by 6, that will give me a value of 4a. 2 over 3 multiplied by negative 18, negative 12b. 2 over 3 multiplied by negative 24 to give me negative 16c. And that's the solution for this question. And let's move on to the next question. Alright, hello everyone, welcome to this part of the video where we will expand and simplify the following questions. So for part A, right, where we have negative 4 multiplied by 2x plus 1 plus 3 times negative x minus 2. We have to expand and simplify the brackets first, meaning this will give me negative 8x, negative 4 multiplied by positive 1, negative 4. And do take note, we are looking this as positive 3. So positive 3 multiplied by negative 1x, negative 3x, positive 3 multiplied by negative 2, negative 6. After which, we are going to simplify the like terms. Negative 8 and negative 3x. This will give me negative 11x. Negative 4 and negative 6. This will give me negative 10. And we are done with part A. So you can see that's the approach. We first expand and simplify the brackets first before we continue to simplify all the terms. So for part B, we have 2 times 3u minus 5 so replicating the method, 2 times 3u is 6u, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10, and again we do have to see this as negative 3 multiplied by 2u, negative 6u, negative 3 multiplied by positive 1 will give me negative 3. And when I have 6u minus 6u, because it is 0, we don't need to write anything. And negative 10 minus 3, that will give me negative 13. And that will be the answer for part B. And let's move on to part C, shall we? So for part C, we will have negative 5. We have the following question here for part C. So yes, the method is still the same. We start off by simplifying the brackets. This will give me negative 15x. Negative 5 multiplied by negative y, positive 5y. Again, we look at negative 7. This will give me positive 14x. Negative times positive will be negative. In this case, 21y. And so finally, we simplify the like terms. Negative 15x plus 14x will give me negative 1x. Positive 5y minus 21y. Negative 16y. Done. Part D, where we are given b times this minus 2b times v plus 4 same method, negative 5bv, negative 4v. For b, I have negative 2b multiplying by v, negative 2bv, and I will have negative 8b here. And then we simplify the like terms. bv is the like terms here. I will have negative 7bv, negative 4b, and negative 8b. I will have negative 12b. And we are done because bv and b are two different terms. They are unlike terms. Okay? And let's move on to part E. And from here, then we can start to do the same thing. Expand first. 3 times 2a will be 6a. 3 times negative 3b, negative 9b. Positive 3 times negative 5c, negative 15c. We see this as negative 5 multiplied by a, negative 5a. Negative 5 multiplied by negative 3c, positive 15c. So that the final answer, as we simplify the like terms, 6a minus 5a, positive 1a, negative 9b, there's only one negative 9b, and finally, negative 15c plus 15c, this one will give me 0. So 0 we don't have to write, and this will be the final answer. And the last part, part F. Where we have x minus 3y times negative 2 plus x minus y plus 3 multiplying by 6. So by now you could see it as negative 2 multiplying by the bracket, so I would have to multiply it in here. I will have negative 2x, and negative times negative, positive 6y. This is 6 positive, going to multiply in throughout, so that you will get positive 6x, negative 6y, positive 18. As we continue to simplify the like terms, negative 2x plus 6x will give me positive 4x. 6y minus 6y will give me 0. Last but not least, I still have my positive 18. And we are done for this question. And let's move on to the next question. Alright, hello everyone. For this part of the question, we are going to focus on A and B of this question. So let's start with question A, where we have A over 18 plus A over 6 minus A over 3. So when we are going to express as a single fraction, we do need to make sure that the denominator must be the same. And therefore, you will see Mr. Tan trying to make all having the same denominator of 18. And then I will have A plus 3 times A will be 3A minus A times 6 is 6A to give me the final answer. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 minus 6 is negative 2A over 18. And finally, we can divide by 2 to give me 1, divide by 2 to give me 9, so that the final answer will be negative 1A over 9. That will be for part A. And for part B, let's move on to part B. Okay, where we are going to explore A over 14. Same idea. Step 1 is to make all the denominator the same. So I'm going to make all the denominator as 14, and I can straight away write them as a single fraction. A minus 2 times 2 will be 4. A plus 3 times 7, 21A. And this will give me over 14. A minus 4A will be negative 3A plus 21A. That will give me 18. A over 14. And please leave your answer to the simplest form, meaning if I can divide by the same number, divide by 2, it will be 9, divide by 2 will be 7. So this will be 9A over 7. Alright, let's move on to part C of this question. Alright, for part C of this question, we are looking at these two fractions. And you will see that Mr. Tan will look at the denominator 2 and 3 and realize that the lowest common multiple will be 6. Mr. Tan will try and make sure that the denominator, we try to be the same common denominator, so that I can rewrite the whole thing over 6. And then this part here will be 3x plus 2 times x minus 8. Notice that Mr. Tan will write this out first before I simplify the numerator with still have the 3x but in this case here now is positive 2 multiplied by 2x, positive 2x, positive 2 multiplied by negative 8, negative 16. To give the final answer, 5x negative 16. And that will be the answer for this question, part C. And let's move on to part D. Alright. Part D, you will then see me trying to make sure again that the denominator is the same, but this time round, the lowest common multiple would then be 15. Do notice that Mr. Tan always try to put a bracket when the numerator is like a expression. This one, the denominator common will be 15. And I would have 3x. Do notice Mr. Tan do not expand and simplify first. Instead, I will write it out neatly. Times 5 bracket 2x minus 1. Because then I could continue to simplify and I will not make careless mistake. 3x. Do take note. This will be negative 5 multiplied by 2x, negative 10x. Negative 5 multiplied by negative 1, positive 5. To give the final answer, 3x minus 10x will be negative 7x and positive 5. Alright, and let's move on to, and we are done with part C and part D. Let's move on to part E and part F. And for part E, where we are given the following, again try to make sure the denominator is common and is a lowest common multiple. So I'm going to multiply by 4, multiply by 4, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3, so that the denominator will be over the same 12 and the numerator will be as such. Then expand and simplify the numerator. So I will have 4x positive 8. This one is a positive 3. So positive 3 times 1, positive 3. Positive 3 times negative 3x, negative 9x. And continue to simplify the like terms. 4x minus 9x, negative 5x, 8 plus 3, positive 11. And the last question, part F. And this one will be equals to, yep, the common denominator, which is the lowest common multiple, would then be multiplied by 5, multiplied by 5, multiplied by 4, multiplied by 4. 20. And continue to write out the numerator neatly. This will be 5 times 2x plus 1. Try not to expand out first if you are not strong in algebraic manipulation. so that we can reduce the number of careless mistakes. So over 20, then I can start to expand and simplify. This will be 10x. 5 times 1, positive 5. I don't see this as negative 4. Multiplied by x, negative 4x. Negative 4 multiplied by negative 3, positive 12. So that the final answer, as we simplify the like terms, 6x 5 plus 12, positive 17. And we are done with this question. Let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this part of the video where we will try and expand and simplify the following. And when you see many brackets like this, we usually try to expand the inner bracket first. So for this part A, you will then see Mr. Tan simplifying this bracket first. Okay? And this is actually negative 1. If there's no number there, so that I will have negative 1 multiplied by positive 3, negative 3, negative 1 multiplied by positive 2a, negative 2a. And before I continue to simplify the bracket, I simplify inside first, alright? We will have 5a minus 2a, that will give me 3a. I will still have my negative 3 here. And then I can simplify this bracket. Again, if there's no number, actually there's an invisible number 1 for us to multiply. So that we will have 4a, negative 1 times positive 3a, negative 3a. Negative 1 multiplied by negative 3. Yep, positive 3. And therefore the final answer for part A would be 1a plus 3. Done. Okay, and let's move on to the next part of this question here. Part B would then be the following. Again, we are going to expand and simplify the bracket, the inner bracket first. So I will always continue to write out the outside first. And the inner bracket here will be positive 8 multiplied by the bracket s plus 2t. This will give me positive 8s, positive 16t, and I'm going to just simplify it first. 5 plus 8, 13s, not forgetting the 16t. And there's a negative, meaning that there's a negative 1 down there. Later on when I multiply, I will get negative 13s and negative 16t. And final answer, 17t minus 16t to give me negative 9t. There is still the negative 13s. Alright. And let's move on to part C in the next part of the video. Hello everyone, for part C of this problem. So let's see. Again, we are going to expand and simplify from the bracket first, and it's from the inner bracket, meaning I'm going to work on this first. And again, I see a negative 6 multiplied by m, negative 6m, negative 6 multiplied by negative n, positive 6n, and continue to simplify the bracket first, and I would have 5m minus 6m. We simplify the like terms first. This will be negative n. Still have my positive 6n. And I have a plus 1 outside. So this simply means that there is a positive 1 outside. And when I look at this positive 1, when I multiply in, I will still get my negative m and positive 1 multiplied by positive 6 and positive 6n. Finally, we have simplified all the brackets. We are now going to simplify the like terms now. Okay, so let's see. 4m minus 1m, that will give me positive 3m, positive 1n, positive 6n, 1 plus 6, positive 7n. And that is for part C. As for part D, we are going to slowly simplify the brackets. So in this case here, I am going to simplify this. So there's a negative 1 multiplied by 1b, negative 1b, negative multiplied by negative, positive 1a. And for this, I am also going to simplify it now, since there is no other brackets. Positive 7 multiplied by negative a, negative 7a, positive 7 multiplied by positive 2b, positive 14b. And let's continue to simplify. A plus a, 2a, still have my minus b, I still have my 7, negative 7a, positive 14b. And finally, I am going to simplify this. This will give me 10a, followed by negative 5b, negative 7a, positive 14b. And we are going now to simplify the like terms. 10a minus 7a will give me 3a. Negative 5b plus 14b, that will give me positive 9b. And we are done with part D. And let's move on to part C and part E and F now. Hello everyone, welcome to this part of the video where we are going to expand and simplify part E and part F. For part E, alright, I am going to simplify this bracket as well as this inner bracket here. Okay, so this will give me 9y as I multiply in negative 9z, still got a minus 5y minus z, negative 3 multiplied by positive 2y, negative 6y, negative 3 multiplied by negative 4z, positive 12z. And so for the next part, let me just continue to write out all these first as we simplify the like terms inside this square bracket. So 5y minus 6y, that will give me negative 1y, negative z plus 12z, positive 11z. And now we can continue to simplify the square bracket. And do take note, if there's no number in front, it's actually the invisible one. So that when I multiply negative times negative later on, you will see it will be a positive 1y. Negative times positive will give me a negative 11z. And finally, the final answer, let's continue to simplify the like terms. 9y plus 1y all together 10y. Negative 9z minus 11z. This will give me negative 20z. And let's move on to part F. And for part F, alright, I'm going to simplify the inner bracket first. And so the rest is just to continue and write first. Negative times positive, negative 1p. Negative times positive, negative 1q. Continue to simplify first, alright? The like terms. So 2p minus 1p is 1p. 3q minus 1q, positive 2q. And finally, just need to simplify the whole bracket to get the final answer. For p, 4 times 2, yep, positive 8q. And we are done with this problem. Let's move on to the next question, shall we? Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where now we are going to express each of the following as a single fraction, okay, in its simplest form. So for part A, every time we want to simplify fractions for addition and subtraction, we do need to ensure that the denominator is the same. So you can see that I am going to multiply by 2, and this one will be a bracket where I multiply by 7, such that the whole denominator, the common denominator, will be 14. Yep. And on top, negative 2 times 3 will be negative 60. I still have my plus. Do notice that I will not simplify this yet. Rather, I will write it neatly in a single line on the numerator, so that it's neater and easier for me to simplify later on. Because from here, then I will have my negative 60 still here, and I am going to simplify this now. This will give me positive 70. Positive 7 multiplied by positive 8. Positive 56. And continue to simplify after you expand. This will give me positive 1t, and not forgetting my 56. And that will be the answer for part A. And let's move on to part B. So for this question, it is slightly easier because I saw that 3, I could simply multiply by 3 to get me the common denominator. And once I have the common denominator, I can combine already into a single fraction. And do take note the negative sign. We can write it, and we should write it at the top. So this will be negative 3 times 5 will be 15. So it's negative 15. And minus 2 bracket and minus 1. And then we simplify. Okay. Negative 15n is here. I am going to simplify this part, where you will see negative 2 multiplied by n, negative 2n, negative 2 multiplied by negative 1, positive 2. Which will bring me to the final answer pretty soon. Negative 15n minus 2n, negative 17n, not forgetting my positive 2. And that will be the answer for part B. Let's move on to part C. Now for part C, to express as a single fraction, this is what Mr. Tan will do. I saw that the lowest common multiple of 2 and 5 is 10, meaning I will multiply by 5, multiplied by 5, multiplied by 2, this whole thing, bracket, multiplied by 2, such that the common denominator will be 10. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15. Still got my bracket 1 minus n. Plus 2 times 4n minus 3. So I plus 2 times 4n minus 3. And that's where I will then, having combined into a single fraction, that's where I start to simplify the numerator. Okay? So 15 times 1, 15. 15 times negative n, negative 15, and positive 2 multiplied by positive 4n, positive 8n, positive 2 multiplied by negative 3, negative 6. And to finish off, I will then simplify the like terms. 15 minus 6, 9, positive 9. Negative 15 plus 8n, that will give me negative 7n. And that will be the final answer for part C. And let's move on to part D. Okay. So the lowest common multiple of 5 and 3 would be, 15. And therefore, you will see Mr. Tan multiplying by 3 and 5 on each side, such that the common denominator is 15. Alright. And let's continue to write out this. So this will be 3. Do take note that Mr. Tan will not expand first. Rather, I will write it neatly. This will be negative. 5 times 2 is 10. Bracket t plus 1. So that I will not make mistake easily. Okay, still is over 15. But now I am going to start to simplify. 15t. 3 times negative 2 will be negative 6. Do take note, this is negative 10 multiplied by t plus 1, meaning negative 10 multiplied by positive 1t, negative 10t, negative 10 multiplied by positive 1, negative 10. Once you are done with that, then you will be able to simplify it. 15t minus 16t, this will give me positive 5t. Negative 6 minus 10, negative 16. And we are done with part D. Let's move on to part E. Hello everyone. We shall now express this as a single fraction. And for part E, I know it is really tempting to just multiply by 4 and 6 such that the common denominator is 24. But wait a minute. Is there another multiple of 6 and 4 that is common and that is less than 24? Yes, very good. 12. So that 6 times 2 will give me 12. 4 times 3 will also give me 12. Okay, we should always strive to use the LCM, lowest common multiple, as the common denominator. Okay, so in this case it's 12. And we are going to now continue. Negative 2 times 10 is negative 10. X minus 1 minus 3 times 3 would be 9. And this will be 2x plus 1. And after which, we can then move on to simplify the numerator. Alright? So negative 10. Let's do this first. Multiplied by x, negative 10x. Negative 10 multiplied by negative 1, positive 10. Let's move on to the next bracket. Negative 9 multiplied by positive 2x, negative 18x. Negative 9 multiplied by positive 1, negative 9. Very good. And we are finishing. Now is to simplify the like terms. Negative 10x minus 18x, negative 28x. 10 minus 8, 10 minus 9, sorry. Positive 1. And that will be the answer for part E. Let's move on to part F, shall we? Ooh, there are 3 terms. Interesting. This 1 can be written as 1 over 1. Alright, for all the whole numbers, you can actually rewrite them as the whole number over 1 itself. And then we can then go for the lowest common multiple. In this case will be 18. So times 9 times 9 times 2 times 2, meaning this one will times 18 times 18. So that the common denominator of the 3 terms here will be over 18. 18 times 1 is 18. Minus 9 times x plus 2. So it's minus 9 bracket x plus 2. Plus 2 times 4 is 8. 3x minus 1 would be 3x minus 1. And we have successfully combined into a single fraction. Now is to simplify the numerator. I still have my 18 down there. So just write as 18. Negative 9 multiplied by x plus 2. Negative 9 multiplied by 2, positive 2, negative 18. Positive 8 multiplied by 3x, positive 24x. Positive 8 multiplied by negative 1, negative 8. And I'm going to extend this line out. And then simplify the numerator. Do notice how Mr. Tan always write the common denominator first, okay? 18 minus 18 is 0. 0 minus 8 will be negative 8. Negative 9x plus 24x, that will give me positive 15x. And we are done with part F. Let's move on to part G. Hello everyone, welcome to this part of the video where we will be solving for part G and part H of this problem. So with 3 fractions, the method is still the same. I do need to make sure that we need to have the common denominator before we continue to simplify and combine into a single fraction. And therefore you will see Mr. Tan multiplying by 2 here, multiplying by 3 here, such that the whole common denominator will be number 6. Yep. And now it's just to write it neatly for the numerator. Plus 3 times y plus 2. Minus 5y minus 1. Do take note, we do have to put a bracket. Okay, that is important. And then we are going to simplify the numerator slowly. So this will be, after I multiply in the 2, 2y plus 2. After I'm multiplying the positive 3, positive 3y, positive 6. And after I'm multiplying the negative 1, Negative times positive, negative 5y. Negative times negative, positive 1. So that I will eventually get 2y plus 3y is 5y. 5y minus 5y is 0. If it is a 0, we don't have to write it down. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. And final answer, to express in its simplest form, this will be equals to 3 over 2, because I could divide by 3 to the numerator and the denominator. And let's move on to part H. So for part H, the lowest common multiple for 2, 5, and 3 will be 30. Meaning, I will have to times 15 times 6 times 10, so that the common denominator will be 30. And I would have 15y minus 6 times 3 will be negative 18. 1 minus 3y minus 2 times 10 is minus 20. Very good. Not forgetting my bracket. 4y plus 7. And then still over 30. I am going to start simplifying the numerator. 15y. This is negative 18 multiplied by 1 minus 3y, so it's negative 18. After I multiplying that, I will get negative 18. Negative times negative is positive. 18 times 3, 54y. Negative 20 also going to multiplying by 4y. Negative 80y. Negative 20 multiplied by positive 7. Negative 140. Alright. And now is to simplify the numerator for all the like terms. 15y plus 54y. That will give me 69y minus 80y. That will give me negative. That will give me a negative. Okay. Negative 11y. Negative, oh yeah, still got this. And negative 18 minus 140. This will give me negative 158. And that will be the answer for part H. Let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we have a grocer. He is going to buy n number of eggs. Interesting. And each egg costs X dollars each. That means one egg is X dollar. After that, each egg, you're going to mark up the price and sell it at, mark up by Y dollar. So this means that at this point, right, I will be able to know the selling price. He want to increase each egg by Y dollar, you know. He buy at $7. Well, this means that it will be X plus Y dollar. Okay? for each egg. Okay. So now that I know the selling price, find the total amount of money he actually have collected if he sell all the eggs. So total amount would then be equals to, I've got n number of eggs. This is the number of eggs that we have. And we are going to sell it at this price. So what do you think we should do now? Yep, we are going to multiply them together. So we are going to multiply the n number of eggs with the selling price of each egg. And the question requires us to expanded form, meaning we still have to expand and simplify to give this final answer. Okay, total amount will be in dollars. And that will be the answer for this question. Let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we are going to make a frame of a rectangular box. And we are given the length and the size. Express the total length of the wood required. Okay. And actually, the question is quite nice. We know that there is 4 of this, 8 of this. So to find the total length for part A, all we need to do is the total length of wood that is required would then be simply 4 times 2x plus 3y and 8 times 2x plus y. And so we just need to simplify this. 8x positive 12y positive 16x positive 8y, and then we simplify the like terms. X plus 24 is x plus 16 is 24x, 12y plus 8y 20y. Okay, and the length is in terms of cm. Done. Part B, where they now give us x is 30, y is 10 cm. Find the total length of the wood. So for part B is pretty straightforward in the sense that now that we know how many x are there, 24 of them, and they actually give us the value of the x, you see. So all I have to do is 24 multiplied by 30 plus 20 multiplied by 10. And I just need to simplify slowly and steadily. And I will get 720 plus 200. Final answer 920 cm. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.